Alright guys, this is going to be my first video of 2012, and it is going to be a model review on one of my Christmas models I got this year. Well, last year, as I should say, because I got it last Christmas. I might as well just say it. So, anyway, this is going to be a review on the Case 9120 Axial Flow Combine, made by Ertls in a 1/32 scale. Now, most combines out there are in 1/32 scale, and well, that's kind of a hard scale to deal with, because, well, number one, there's hardly any tractors. I mean, you can find them, but there's hardly any that are in 1/32 scale. And then the chaser carts or the grain carts, which are really hard to find. I mean, I only found one, and that's that little Ken's cart over there, the 1050 right there, which I had to wait because that one was on back order for I think 2 days or 3 days, because they just got the box in. But I got this. Well, my parents technically got it for me for Christmas, but I had to order it, and I got it from Outback Toys. Now, it didn't get shipped out until about maybe, let's see, we ordered it Wednesday. It got shipped out Friday because they had so many orders this Christmas. So I know a lot of you guys out there got a lot of models. I mean, that's just farm equipment mostly, so I can't imagine all y'all construction or whatever. But anyway, let me just go and get going. This is a 30-foot grain head, or soybean head, or whatever you want to say. It's a 2020 harvesting head. That's got a 35 there. Either it's a 35-foot or a 30-foot. I can't really tell. Well, it's still on the box 30, so I guess it is. Now, your I don't know what you call it, but who cares? It spins, and your little tines that are helping directing your flow of grain. Well, I've seen one of the, I've actually been up in the cab of a combine and watched it work, and it's pretty cool how it all works. But what this little piece right here does, it's spinning right now, that pushes everything in for the little auger right there, which really doesn't turn, even though I'm spinning the little wheel. But that does turn, brings everything in, and then there's a main conveyor belt right there, which takes it into the combine. But your little tines, they do pivot, all of them do, which they do get jammed up, which I don't really care. It does have lights, which don't really do nothing. They can even spin around like you're in transit. Your Case IH logo right there, and you got your little, I think it's called sickle bar. I think that's what it's called right there. But it cuts everything up. So, and you got your little guiding post right there, which guides stuff either in or out. Which the real thing comes out like to about maybe right there, and it can move up and down. If you hit a bump, it'll bounce up and then come back down. But it's nice, but it doesn't really represent the real thing. This combine the head is able to pivot like you're on a hillside, which is really nice. It does have little wheels on it, so it'll won't hit the ground or whatever, on the model at least. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this before I forget. They also make an 8120, which is a little bit smaller, I think, than the 9120. But I just went ahead and just got the 91 because it's got a lot more detail than the 81. I'll show you all the detail in a minute. You got your lines, your little guidelines, which basically tell you where you're supposed to hook it up at. Hydraulic lines. That's where your PTO would hook up for your head, and there's another one on the opposite same place. Now, a cool thing about this combine is that it even has a little cylinder, which allows it to raise and lower. And I really like that. I really do, because the real combine does that, and, well, it's nice to have a model that does it. Moving on, this piece, don't forget, this is made by Ertls, and for an Ertls piece, it has a lot of moving parts, which the ladder moves back. Right there is when you're in a field harvesting, and right there is transit mode. Lots of plastic on this thing. That's one bad thing about it. Everything here is plastic, and you can tell because it bends easy. Everything, basically, the whole thing, 90% of it is plastic, which is a lot, but I mean, today's terms, you're getting a lot of plastic parts. Lights, Case IH logo, and the little windshield wiper, and then lights on the opposite side. And you also get them little orange beacons on both sides, which is pretty cool. Your mirror is non-reflective, but you got mirrors on this thing. One there, one right there. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the tank. You got a little little GPS locator, I think that's what that is. I think that's a support bar, I ain't really too sure, but it's plastic. And there's your feed auger, which basically brings everything up that's from going inside the guts of the combine, it brings it out into the tank. A little step right there, a ladder to get in and out of the tank, and a little handrail. Your unloading auger does fold out, and it does go up to there, but I'm 99% sure this is not supposed to be at an angle. I think it's supposed to be like straight up and down. A little dusty. Look at that. It's only been out on my shelf for maybe a few weeks, and it's already dusty, which is sad. But it does fold in. I'm gonna leave this out. I don't want to go and mention I am sick. Now with the 8120, you don't get none of this detail, none of these handrails, or none of that. I don't think the ladder pivots back and forth. Your exhaust stack, plastic. I think that's a foldable handrail. That's casted in. Steps, I think. No, that's not too fuel tank. Fuel tank's up there. That might be a hydro tank. I ain't really too sure. There's your little support arm for your unloading auger. Another warning beacon, and then more plastic cables. Air cleaner, because when you're harvesting it is dusty, and I know for a fact that. Here's a really cool feature, which you got a little ladder, which kind of does that, and then you can get up into the machine. But what it does is it slides up, and then that little piece folds in, and then it just snaps in, like that. And then your spreader things. God, I gotta learn my terms now. But normally, I think it's supposed to be like at an angle, but it can fold up, or up and down. But I think it's supposed to be like that. You do have a little tow hitch right there, so if you want to tow your headers behind your combine, which you can do that, you got that there. And your back axle steers really well, which is pretty cool. And another cool feature is this combine, since this is one of the newer generations of combines, does come with tracks, which don't really roll too smooth, but they do roll, as you can see. But when you try to push it, like that, it wants to spin, but it's not. But you can give it a little helping hand. Your 9120 AFS, I don't know what that stands for. I think it stands for something with tracks or anything. Case IH axle flow, which I think axle flow stands for the unloading method. I think I'm really too sure. Don't forget, guys, I'm more construction, not farming. Your other side, you got your cooling fan right there, which before I thought that was the blower to blow the stuff out, but I'm wrong. There's your supports for your, I can't remember, but it has to do with the little thing that's supposed to get your grains and corn out and all that stuff. Replicated mesh screens. And another handrail, which I don't see how you're going to get over there anyway without maybe walking from here to there to clean your windshield. I don't really know. But yeah, I don't see how to get there, but apparently you can. A cool feature is your window is clear, which you can see the seat right there. And before I forget, your cab is really detailed. You can see you got tons of buttons and all that stuff. Your drive joystick, which you push it forward and you go forward, basically the same principle if you pull it back. On your speed joystick or whatever you call it, you have buttons for your header to raise and lower it and to pivot, I think. Now to turn it on, your buttons are along the sides. This combine does come with the latest software, which by that I mean right there is supposed to be a little computer screen right there, which shows basically all your feedback and all that stuff. I gotta wrap this up somewhere. I don't remember it. But this thing's a lot newer than that 2366 I got over there. But here's your corn header. Not too much with it. The only thing that moves is the auger. And this is a 16-row corn header. Yeah, it's a 16-row corn header. The reason why you can tell is because it's always your last number that tells your row. Different on the corn header. So, well, grain header. But there you guys go. Any more reviews, please tell me. Another cool little thing I want to go and show you. I made a 365 BLRE, so I want to show you guys that real fast. But there you guys go. Running out of time. See you next time.